Hello, my name is Mayan Cha with RVMax.us, and today I have this 2007 Monaco Camelot Model 40 PDQ. Today I'm going to go inside the coach, outside, and even up on the roof, and then we're going to go out on the road and test drive it. So let's get started. This is a quad slide coach that rides on a Roadmaster chassis built by Monaco, and it's got a 400 horsepower ISL Cummins that is side radiated. It's equipped with an 8,000 watt Onan quiet diesel generator. Has about 487 hours on it. Now a little bit of history on this coach. It's a one owner motorhome it was owned by a gentleman who was ex-military and was also a diesel mechanic. And this is about his 12th or 13th RV that he'd had, so he really maintained it well. And as you'll see throughout the video, the condition inside and out is excellent, as well as the mechanical side of the coach. Now up here, just relays and electronics for your chassis side, like your indicator stalk, headlights, things like that. Now Monaco is a very high quality manufacturer. They build really nice products. They don't cheap out. Their coach work is very nice, and their paint work is also very nice. I believe the color the color scheme is called Meadow Sapphire. It's one of my favorite colors that they had in 07 on the Camelot. Now Camelots have a special paint job that sort of differentiates them from the rest of the Monaco lineup that I like. This is your water tank right here. You see your sensors on the side. Now this does have dual diesel fill-up. I believe it's a 130-gallon fuel tank. So you'll be able to go a long distance on one tank of fuel in this coach. Now this is a slide-out tray. It's a very large slide-out tray. And it's lower profile than most slide-out trays, which I really like. This means you get a little extra height with whatever you put in your slide-out tray. So you can put taller items than normal. This is another pass-through storage compartment with a slide-out tray that goes halfway down. So the other half of this pass-through storage compartment is without a slide-out tray, so you have a little extra height. So if you have something that's kind of tall, you can fit it in on the other side. But the slide-out trays are very convenient. This is your wet bay right here. It is equipped with an outside shower. You have a water filter there on your left, as well as a soap canister on the right. And it does have a black tank flush option, so you can plug a hose in and flush your black tank whenever you go to dump your tanks. Now check out the paint scheme. This is what I was talking about with the Monaco Camelot. Kind of has a different paint scheme than most Monacos that I really like. You see it kind of goes up there and even continues over a little bit onto the roof. And you have this little design on both sides. It's kind of almost looks like a signature. So the paint job is beautiful and sort of differentiates it from the Diplomat, Dynasty, and other models. This coach has a 10-gallon propane water heater that also has an electric water element. So you can run off at 110 if you'd like. Now there's that 400 horsepower, 8.9 liter ISL Cummins. Makes plenty of power for this coach. Looks pretty clean. The rust is pretty minimal back here. I only see very slight amounts. Now the benefit of having a side mount radiated coach is obviously it's much easier to work on it, especially if you're going to replace a belt or something like that. And also I've heard that it adds about 20 horsepower to the output of the motor because it reduces drag by having the radiator over there. And on top of that, it's beneficial to towing. And I believe it does have a 10,000 pound towing capacity. You'll be able to tow a lot of cars with that. If you got a Suburban, you'd still be able to tow it. Now this coach is equipped with HWH, or actually I take that back, Power Gear automatic hydraulic jacks, which also have a manual mode, so if you want to manually do it, you can, but the automatic actually works very well in this coach, which is kind of a nice feature. It has that newer coach feel about it. Let's go ahead and step up on the roof. It's got a one-piece fiberglass seamless roof, and it's in excellent condition, so let's go take a look. All right, we're up on the roof now. Now I've got all 4 slide outs out. The toppers are in good condition. They're all green. This is what I was talking about. The paint scheme kind of goes up and a little bit on top of the coach, which gives it a very neat look. Even if you're slightly above it on a hill, the paintwork continues. This is your main patio awning that's fully electric. It's in good condition. Now all the seals are in good shape too. They look pretty fresh. No cracking in them. Now again, with the one-piece seamless fiberglass, there's really not that much maintenance that you need to do besides getting up here and caulking things like your satellite dish, antenna, fantastic fan vents, things like that. But look at this, even the shrouds, the air conditioner shrouds are in good condition. Normally these things fade. Now, I believe the gentleman who owned this, who I described earlier, was very meticulous and very knowledgeable about taking care of RVs and mechanical items. I believe he kept it covered, and the roof of this coach really shows that because it's super white and the shrouds are not showing any signs of fading, which is a big sign that it was kept out of the sun. Now it does have a WindGuard Road Trip in-motion satellite dish. You can go down the road, and if you get a service through DirecTV or any other satellite service, you have your box, it will connect while going down the road, which is really nice. Even the caps are in good condition. No signs of clear coat fade that is common on a coach of this age. Again, this is a one-owner RV. It's in very good condition. I can see my reflection on the cap. All right, let's get back down on the ground and continue with the exterior. All right, we're back down on the ground, so let's continue with the passenger side of this coach. Now back here, you've got relays for your battery cutoffs, and you do have 2 main cutoffs here as well. So when you go to store the coach, you can disconnect the batteries completely, so when you come back, you won't have any flat batteries. Now in here, on the top, you have your chassis batteries. On the bottom are your coach batteries. Now we're about to put all new coach side batteries for this coach, and possibly new chassis batteries as well. Now the rear tires are not showing any dry rot cracks, but they are a little old, so we're going to go ahead and replace these tires. We may go ahead and replace the front tires as well, although the front tires are a little newer. I believe they're like 13 or 14 date code, so we may replace those. You'll have to check with me before you purchase the coach. It looks like something fell out here. This is like a roadside warning system. That's a nice thing to have here. You know what, I'm gonna put this in a better place. But that is your propane tank right there. And on top of it are your black and gray tanks. The gray being on the right and the black tank being on the left. This is the other side of your pass-through storage. Now take a look at that rail. That is one of your main chassis rails. Now on a coach like this, Roadmaster RR8S chassis, it actually has a 3/8 thick main rail. Most chassis that are comparable to this coach are actually on 1/4 size, 1/4 quarter-inch thick rails. So it has slightly thicker main chassis rails to give it a little more stability and rigidity while going down the road. This is the other side of your front pass-through storage. Now, of course, that comes out, that slide-out tray comes out on this side as well. But the little comment I made about the thickness of your chassis rails on this coach are just one of the hints that Monaco did not cheap out. They are a high-quality manufacturer. And even on something that you would never see and really even know, a lot of owners probably didn't even know that, they did not skimp. They really did not take any shortcuts with these RVs. And it's a high quality motor home. Now it's got aluminum wheels all the way around. And the paint is simply gorgeous. I'm a big fan of the paint scheme. I hope you are as well. But besides the colors, the condition of the paint scheme is excellent. There really aren't any flaws. As you saw, we just took a whole walk around the coach, and I did not see anything that I needed to point out as flaws. Now sure, if you take a magnifying glass, you may be able to find something, but this is an '07. But besides that, I did not see any flaws with my eyes, and I was within feet of the coach. So the condition is really high up there. The gentleman who owned this coach did not play around when it came to maintaining this RV. Let's go ahead and take a step inside and give a tour of the interior of the coach. All right, now we're inside the coach, and right off the bat, you notice that we have done our normal thing, which is take out the carpet and replace it with engineered hardwood flooring. We did the same in the back bedroom area. It just makes it look a lot newer, and it's significantly easier to take care of and keep clean. The carpet was in good shape, but we just do that. That's our standard procedure. Now this coach has an optional leather couch that is a jackknife, so you can sleep 1 or 2 people here quite easily. And it's this beautiful dark brown leather color, and I really like how it looks. Also notice this, all the accents around the windows are this really nice red fabric and this wood that goes along with it. Now this coach has a $5,800 option. It's got stained, which is stained cherry color on the woodwork, and it is quite beautiful. Just going around the coach, it feels like very high quality wood. This is all real wood, no pressboard anywhere, and the stained cherry is gorgeous. Now you've got this huge Corian countertop kitchen area, and this pulls out to give you a little more countertop space. And on top of that, you've got cabinet space down here too. So I really like the feel. When you're sitting here cooking, you've got, a nice almost surrounds you in Corian, and it gives it a homey feel. Now you've got this beautiful backsplash in the back that's surrounded by the same Corian that you have on the countertops. Now this is a 3-burner gas stove. It is a high output gas stove, and it sits down in a Corian placeholder. Now check out all the space. I like the lip. So if you spill something, it's not going to get back and touch your wood or wallpaper at all. Now this coach has, they call it hard surface. This is a ceramic, so it's not a cheap material. It's very big dual sink. Again, Corian inserts. No chips on the inserts. They fit perfectly in here. So you won't have too much vibration at all going down the road. Now this coach has a beautiful little hutch area with 3 lights. It looks gorgeous with the mirror, the stone, and this cherry wood surrounding it. Now this coach, in the bathroom, the toilet area, and above the kitchen, you have a fantastic automatic vent. It can go in or out with the directionality of the wind. Now check out all of the light switches in this coach. Are these really modern looking switches that can be backlit at night, and I really like the fact that these lights have the backlight option. It's not an optional feature, but there is a switch in the bedroom area and in the bathroom and a few other places where you can turn the backlighting off, so when you go to sleep it doesn't bother you and it's in its face. Now these do time out after a while, but you can quickly turn them off if you wish to do so. Now over here, we've got a 4-door refrigerator that runs off of either propane or electric power. It's stainless, brushed stainless. We've got a really clean refrigerator here. It does have an ice maker. Look at this wood. The wood is beautiful. You got a nice little design up here. Oh, one light wasn't on. I feel like I failed. All right, this beautiful little area, eating area. This is all Corian. Now it does extend, so right now it's out, and to push it in, all you do is that. There's resistance and it locks in place. There are fold-out chairs in the back that match this design. And I like the fact that you've got some countertop space back here as well. Now this is the driver's side couch, and hidden underneath here is a full pull-out mattress, and that is an air mattress. You've got an air pump up here. There's another light I forgot to turn on. There's the air pump. That is the best type of pull-out mattress. Now, most high-end coaches have the air pull-out mattress. They're significantly more comfortable than the spring kind. Now, right here are your pilot and co-pilot seats. They're very large, wide seats. So it's basically like sitting on a recliner going down the road. They're extremely comfortable. And the upholstery throughout the coach, and especially on these chairs, is in excellent condition. It shows no signs of wear, which is very common on older pleather seats. But the Monaco fabrics are typically higher quality than most other manufacturers. Now this right here is a recliner. The button's on this side. Obviously, both of these chairs swivel. So you can have this up when you're going down the road, or when you turn it around and face in here. If you're entertaining, you've got plenty of comfortable seating for all your guests. Now behind me is a Sharp TV. That's an aftermarket TV that was put in later than '07. This coach does have a surround sound system that is really nice. And I think I mentioned it earlier, this coach also has side cameras as well as a rear camera, which is really nice. And we'll talk more about that later when you get on the test drive. Now this has a 2 air conditioner setup, 50 amp of course. Now right now the 8,000 watt generator is running, and it's been running for the last 4 hours with both airs on. It's actually gotten down to the proper temperature now. The airs have cut off. And I actually turned them off because my camera person was getting cold. And it's like 90 degrees outside, so air conditioning works great. And I was reading on their brochure the ceiling material and the extents they go to provide a very insulated coach is pretty fantastic. And you notice that when you get in a high quality coach like this, it gets cooler a lot faster than other coaches, and it stays cool. You know, sometimes in a cheaper coach, you turn off the air conditioning, and within 5-10 minutes, you know, it's already heating up. But it's been about 10 minutes, and I normally get hot because I'm moving around and talking in these videos, and I'm still comfortable. So the insulation is fantastic. You also have an inverter control here. This is showing what's going on with your power. So if you're getting 20 amp, 30 amp, 50 amp, right now the generator's on, so it says genset. Your slide out controls. This coach does have system heat. I believe that's for your tanks. So it's got a tank. It's got tank heaters. You know, test your tanks, basic controls like that. Now let's step back into the bathroom area of this coach. Now the tile goes from about where the kitchen begins back to the bedroom, and I like that. And especially with the hardwood floors, it looks really nice. Now this is all Corian with matching backsplash that you get from the kitchen. Now again, here's the control for another fantastic fan vent that's above the shower area, and you get another fantastic air vent in the bathroom area as well, which is really nice. You've got 3 fantastic air vents. Now back behind here, you've got medicine cabinet space. You got all the specs. It says the GVWR is 34,600 pounds. So these things don't, they weigh a good bit. There's a lot of high quality products throughout the coach, like this nice stone. You've got tile, heavy wood. Nothing is cheap. Down here, you've got a pretty large shower. The height is great. As you can see, I have to stretch my hand to get to the top of that skylight. The width is pretty good. The length is okay. Nice extended shower. Oh, this is the best kind. Some of these are they've used rubber, and they wear out after a while. Our American Eagle has done that to us, and it's not fun. Now right here you have a washer-dryer combo that looks pretty much brand new and probably was never used in its lifetime. That's a nice little option to have. Got a cabinet, like a mini wardrobe here. You can take this out or adjust it if you'd like. Now look at the quality that goes in just a little shelf. This is continuous. This is stained cherry here. And it's all felt on top. Or not felt, it's like a fabric, a fine fabric. They didn't even cheap out on that. Everywhere you look and touch throughout the RV feels of high quality. And Monaco really doesn't lack when it comes to quality builds. Now in here it has its own separate sink for the toilet area. Again, matching backsplash. I've got more medicine cabinet space here. We've got a vanity in here, as well as in the shower area. You got some cabinet space back here. Extra toilet paper, comes for free. The cherry wood really does this coach well. And really most RVs look amazing with stained cherry or cherry. But Monaco has the best looking cherry in my opinion. I've seen other coaches claim of having cherry, and Monaco is my favorite for sure. Now we're back in the bedroom area here. You got this beautiful little wall lights in the back, and all the controls for your lights are right there. So it's very easy to shut the lights off and go to sleep without having to get up. You also have an optional fan, and the control for that is right here. It's a dual speed fan, and you can reverse it. Now this has an Air Queen mattress, and I'm not sure if this is the original Air Queen mattress. I don't think it is, although it may be. I need to look into that later. But you do have the controls still for it. And I was looking at the original build sheet of this coach. It does have that option. Now back here, we have a huge wardrobe space. Looks like the gentleman started to change these to LED lights. Started in the very back. It's a pretty tall space, accessible from both sides. And I like these locks. Sometimes the older coaches have these little plastic things. This is metal and it's not going to break anytime soon. Now you also have more space right here. I can figure out. There we go. More wardrobe space for the automatic lights that come on as soon as you open the door. That's a pretty good space right there. Extremely clean. Every single one of these compartments that I open is really clean. We've got this super deep compartment door here. Now it looks like we've got all, I don't know what this is. I'll have to look at this later. Oh, this is all your central vacuum system accessories right here. So you've got tubes, the cord, a big sweeper to sweep the floor. That's pretty nice. You also have, looks like original bedspread. So this is a pretty deep compartment right here. You've got more drawers up top. Look at all these drawer spaces here. And look how deep they are as well. That's pretty long. These are deep, those are long. Now right down here are your vents for your furnace. We've got Corian up here as well. This is your emergency window. It feels very coach-like and warm in here. All the colors are warm. There's no cold colors anywhere. The cherry wood, everywhere is just a warm feeling. Take a look at all the lighting in here. You've got plenty of lighting, all down the side, all down this side. The coach is beautiful. So we're going to go in and get on the highway with this coach and give it a test drive. So hopefully you'll join us for that, and I hope you've been enjoying so far. Again, if I haven't covered anything that you wanted me to cover, I can always FaceTime you if you have an iPhone, or we can have a Skype call if you don't have an iPhone, and I can show you All right, we're getting on the highway now, and let's see, we're at 35 miles an hour, 40, 45, 50, 55. Coach has plenty of power. 60, and there is 65. So as soon as I hit my signal, left or right now it's my left camera pops up. And when I hit the right signal, right camera pops up. So that is a nice package to have. It completely eliminates your blind spots that normal RVs have. Almost every RV I've ever driven is like right behind me. Right behind the front axle is a blind spot. Completely eliminates it. Let's see, cruise control set. This coach has a smart wheel, so I can flash my headlights, flash my taillights, control my windshield wipers, and also control my cruise control all from the steering wheel. So, like I said, this rides on a Roadmaster RR8S chassis, which has 10 outboard mounted airbags. It rides so good. Now it's got 3 sensors. I believe there's 1 in the front, 2 in the back that constantly monitor the slope and mainly it honestly just measures how much slope and how many G's you're pulling when you're going around corners, so it can adjust accordingly. Now this thing drives really nice, and Roadmasters have a tendency to ride like they're on rails. and this one is not an exception. If you've seen my 2009 Holiday Rambler Imperial video, it also rides on a Roadmaster chassis. I was very impressed with how it rode, and this one rides like its baby brother. This is obviously not a tag like the Imperial, and it rides so good. I mean, it's just dead straight. Look at that. Now I have to turn because there's a corner. It drives so well. Roadmaster is honestly, incrementally better than most other chassis, like Spartan and Freightliner. Now there are certain Freightliner and Spartan chassis that are superb as well, and it's also just a different feel. It just depends on what you like. This one rides, it feels tight. It rides like, Roadmasters ride like an older 7 Series BMW. If you've ever driven a 7 Series 95 to 2001, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I would compare it to. So it rides more like it's steamrolling over bumps instead of floating over bumps. And the steering is tight, and I really like it. It's got a nice little signal noise. It does have an exhaust brake, so I'm going to flick that on right there. There it is kicking on. It's got a medium to mild exhaust brake. The engine run is so smooth. This is one of the smoothest ISLs that I've ever heard. I may jump out later. I may jump out and see if my microphone can pick up the engine. It's just, I was commenting to my dad earlier how smooth this engine is. My dad said it sounded like a 2018. Because we just had a 2018 Endeavor come in for a week. And the newer diesels are so quiet. And this one's just like that. But this is pre-DEF. So you don't have to deal with the DEF fluid and top it off. It'll never go into limp mode because you ran out of DEF. You won't have the valve, AGR valve problems that they have with the DEF. But it's so smooth. Also, it has a very good horn. Monaco's always put good horns on their coaches. It's a very deep, bus-like sound. There it is. Now, I like the fact that it has the signals on the mirrors. And it's got little signal lights on the side, but this means if someone's right next to you, they can see that you're signaling. They're not completely blinded to your indications. It rides so good. Now, of course, like I said earlier, this has an 8.9 liter ISL Cummins that produces 400 horsepower, and it's side mount radiated. So this is really one of the best chassis setups and chassis that you're going to find at 40 feet. Unless you get into Prevost territory, this is it. And especially if you compare it to any other 07 model, there really isn't anything that compares to this chassis. This thing is really nice. Now, they did have the Freightliner XCR chassis, which is pretty nice as well. Again, personal preference, but look at this coach. Plenty of power. I'm doing 68 right now. We're going up a hill. I'm going to show you how well it can accelerate. So I'm going to cancel my cruise and mat it. Now, mind you, we're going up a hill. So we're at 70 now, 72, 74. Look, I'm flying past cars. It's got plenty of power. And like I said, 10,000 pound towing capacity. Now, I like the cameras in this coach. This is a nice package that it came with. And what you can do with them is, right now it's set onto my rear camera, but if you press select, it'll show right camera, left camera if you want to have it stick there. It'll also show a split view. And it'll also, my favorite one is it shows your rear camera, and then there are two little boxes that show you right and left. Now, if you hit your signal indicators, it'll still make the whole screen your side camera, but your main screen that it sets on when you're not indicating either way, it shows your rear camera and then two little boxes. I like the fact that you can change that around. It's very nice. Anyways, this thing rides so well. It's just dead straight, super smooth. I'm going to go and set cruise again and demonstrate that it really rides on rails. The steering is a little tighter. It's not a loose, flimsy steel that you can blow on and it'll like turn off and hit a wall. Look at this. I'm just sitting here. Dead straight. There's a slight curve, so I'm going to have to turn. Anyways, I really can't speak any more about how well it drives. I'm going to start repeating myself again. So the coach has 49,000 miles, which is nothing on an ISL. And like I mentioned earlier, the gentleman who owned this, it was a one-owner coach, really knew how to maintain diesel rigs, and he was ex-military. And if you have the benefit of knowing any friends or have any family that is in the military or ex-military, you know that they're very, very diligent and take care of their things. And this coach is very well taken care of inside and out. So if you have any more questions, or if I didn't cover something you want to know about, please call or text me at 864-376-5600. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out on our videos. We've got a lot of nice diesel coaches in stock right now. And we had a customer come in a week ago, and he was talking to my dad. He bought a coach from us, and he was telling us that we had a lot of nice, clean diesels in our inventory. And that is what our goal is. We only buy trade-ins and coaches off of individuals. Occasionally we'll get a repo here and there, but our coaches are clean. This one is a perfect example of that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening or day. Alright, so I just want to point out that this coach has adjustable pedals, which is really nice. I think every vehicle should have that. And my exhaust brake button is over here. It's got electric sunshades here for the driver and passenger. It's also got, for the driver and passenger, sunshades for your left side and for the right side for the passenger, which is really nice to have. Now, it's got heated mirrors, basic stuff like that. My step cover switch here, fog lights. It's got an air dump switch, the generator button. Oh, it's got overhead defrost button, which is really nice. It's also got, defrost from the bottom, and it's got overhead to help because it's such a big piece of glass. Now I want to go jump outside real quick. I'll let you hear this thing idle. Listen to how smooth this thing is. It's so quiet. I'm right behind the coach right now. The microphone's about 6 inches from the back. Now we're on the radiator side. Back around the rear. Right near the exhaust. I'm gonna put the microphone under the coach. That's butter. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a smooth ISL Cummins right there. All right, let's get on the road now.